So welcome guys back to another video in the channel. We are doing another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily, and we are back again with another video. We've got quite a lot of news as Aouar and Thomas Partey talks are confirmed by the reliable David Ornstein. So we have got confirmation now of Aouar, and that a top level source has suggested that we are officially interested in Aouar and talks are taking place. We said a few days ago that Fabrizio Romano had suggested Arsenal are in love with the player, and now David Ornstein is saying that Arsenal are talking with Lyon. And then the other day we were saying that a bid has been made for Aouar around £50 million, and also David Ornstein has suggested that Arsenal are still very much in the race for Thomas Partey after suggestions that the deal could potentially be off. We'll just have a read of what David Ornstein actually said. So he suggested that Arsenal want to bring in Atletico Madrid midfielder Thomas Partey. He has a €50 million release clause, and conversations have taken place over the Lyon playmaker Aouar. Now we have talked about numerous times about Aouar, and maybe today I'll be releasing a video on Aouar and his tactical analysis and his stats and how he could actually fit into Arsenal's team and how he will be so crucial to us moving forward and how he could fill a void that hasn't really been filled for a long time. And we'll be talking about Aouar in that video more. And these talks are really intensifying about Aouar. Lower level sources from Italian press were suggesting that €50 million bid was made. We did talk about the other day, and now David Ornstein is suggesting that talks are going on, and it'll be very interesting to see what actually comes of Aouar. Now moving on to Thomas Partey, I always felt the stance on this is that Arsenal are very much interested still on Thomas Partey. We'll be talking about Hector Bellerin soon, and maybe that could potentially fund a deal for Thomas Partey. We'll go into that in a bit. But with Thomas Partey, I've always been confident. I'm always confident that a deal can be struck. €50 million release clause, going into this window, and even still, Thomas Partey is Arsenal's #1 target for the summer transfer window. So I'm not going to be surprised if these talks do intensify, because under 2 weeks now until the start of the season, and Arsenal really need to try and get their top targets if they want to get their squad started before the season restarts on the September the 12th. So it'll be very interesting to see how these talks progress over the next few days, whether we do actually trigger the release clause of Thomas Partey. I do believe though there will be some sales before we actually go on to trigger that release clause, but I'm very confident we will trigger the release clause because we really want him. As I've said many times, he is Arsenal's #1 target for the summer transfer window. So it'll be very interesting to see how this progresses. I can't say anything more at this point, but Arsenal are still very much interested in Thomas Partey. And going back to Aouar, again, only time will tell. I can't say any more than what I know is that Arsenal are in love with Aouar. Talks are going up away, and this week a £50 million bid has been made for Aouar, around €55 million. So only time will tell how Lyon will actually respond to that bid, whether they'll ask for more. Lyon want more than €60 million. That was said by Fabrizio Romano, maybe up to €70 million. But Lyon are out of Europe. Man City looks like their interest is not there, according to top tier journalist Sam Lee. And Juventus, they've got a few financial issues as well. So Arsenal are the only club that have actually shown serious interest in the player. So again, that's all I can say. Only time will tell how this can develop, and you can stay tuned to all of the developments on this transfer if you subscribe to the channel, keep the bell on, and that's all I can say. So let's move on. Just before we move on to the Hector Bellerin news, I just want to say we did play QPR in a behind closed door friendly game. I didn't do actually a separate video for this. We didn't have that much information who actually scored the goals. Nothing was official on Arsenal's website, but Arsenal did beat QPR 4-3 in the pre-season friendly. This was confirmed by QPR. QPR did go 1-0 up, and then Arsenal went 3-1 up, and then QPR drawed the game to 3-3, and Arsenal won it 4-3. The scorers were around I think they were Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Lacazette, John Jules, and Smith Rowe, and Smith Rowe also got an assist. So Arsenal did beat QPR in a pre-season friendly 4-3. Now we'll be looking at Hector Bellerin. Apparently Paris Saint-Germain have submitted a £30 million offer for Arsenal star Hector Bellerin. Arsenal are considering Paris Saint-Germain's bid for Hector Bellerin after the Liga giant submitted a £30 million offer for the Spanish defender. Thomas Tuchel is keen on signing a new right back, and the French club have been in constant dialogue with the Gunners over the last week, according to The Guardian. Guardian are quite reliable. Fabrizio Romano is close to them, so this is quite a reliable source. Arsenal's board have made it clear to Mikel Arteta that he must recoup some money this summer via player sales after the signings of Bellerin Gabriel and Pablo Mari. The club also have to take into account a bumper new deal for captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, which they hope to announce soon. Arteta would ideally like to keep Bellerin, but the club are willing to listen to offers, and they're mooling Paris Saint-Germain's opening bid of £25 million with £5 million in add-ons. The Spaniard has been first choice under Arteta, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles looks to stay at the club, and Arteta may feel they could do without Bellerin. Arsenal are likely to reject PSG's bid due to it being under their valuation of Bellerin. However, the French club are confident that a deal can be done, and the valuation isn't too far away from Arsenal's. Arteta remains determined to invest in other areas of his squad, and the £30 million plus deal for Bellerin, up to around £35 million could be, it's quite a lot, because it could fund a move for Thomas Partey, and 35 to £40 million for Arsenal to get deals done for Aouar and Thomas Partey will be quite a lot. Something I was suggesting earlier with Thomas Partey, if we want to do that release clause, and we could sign someone like Max Aarons for 10 million, 12 million. So it's quite a good deal in my opinion. And Gabriel's move to the Emirates was announced on Tuesday. We'll be going into transcript on that in a bit, and having spent already £40 million this summer, Arteta must sell before buying again. I think in terms of selling players before we can buy again, we do have quite a lot of assets to sell. Guendouzi, been linked away, and Torreira as well. Those two players can give some significant funds to Arsenal. Bellerin as well. A lot of our centre backs, Socrates, Kolasinac, Callum Chambers, Rob Holding, Mustafi even. So a lot of players there we can generate some funds. Even Lacazette if we really need to. But I think Hector Bellerin, we have to sell him. He hasn't been good enough over the last few years, and I think we can get some significant funds for him, and I think that will really help us moving forward. So that is the news that Paris Saint-Germain have offered £30 million for Hector Bellerin, and Arsenal are set to reject it, but Paris Saint-Germain are confident that a deal can be done for around 35 to £40 million, which is, in my opinion, quite a lot. Next bit of news is on Gabriel, and he has officially signed for Arsenal. This has been basically done for 2 weeks now, and Arsenal have officially signed Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille for £27 million. If you haven't seen my announcement video where we go more in depth on how he can fit into our squad, go check that out. It's the last video. It's the last video on my channel, and we'll be having a look at what Mikel Arteta, Edu, and Gabriel himself has been saying. But let's get straight into it. Central defender Gabriel has joined Arsenal from French side Lille on a long-term contract. That long-term contract is said to be 5 years. The 22-year-old Brazilian has completed his move and will wear a number 6 shirt. Gabriel, whose full name is Gabriel dos Santos Magalhaes, started his career in Brazil with Aouar FC before joining Lille in January 2017. During his time in France, he went on loan to Troyes, and latterly in Croatia with Dinamo Zagreb. On returning from his loan spells, the Sao Paulo-born defender became a regular in the Lille side, helping them to a 4th place finish in Liga last season and starting all 6 of their Champions League group stage matches. Technical director Edu said, "We are delighted to have Gabriel. He is a player we've been studying for a while, and he was in demand from many clubs, including Napoli and United. So we are proud to have agreed and completed this transfer with Lille and the player. Gabriel is a player of high quality, and Mikel and his coaches are looking forward to integrating into him in the club." Mikel Arteta said, "We welcome Gabriel to Arsenal. He has many qualities which will make us stronger as a defensive unit and as a team. He has proven with Lille that he is a defender with many outstanding attributes, and we're looking forward to watching him grow as a player." And we're going to be looking at what Gabriel has said. So we're going to get into his attributes, and he said that so many fans were sending me messages asking to join Arsenal, and that played a big part in me signing for the club. I know the history and traditions of this club, and it is a pleasure being here. I'm very happy and I can contribute to many titles with the Arsenal shirt. It was a very surreal experience. There were offers coming in from many clubs. I spoke a lot with my family and my agents. I also spoke with some of the Lille directors, but as I said, the club's history and traditions and the team project for the next few years were very motivational for my decision to come in. So here I am wearing the Arsenal shirt, and will give the very best for it. And you've also gone on to say, in the video, the premiered video on 4 PM yesterday, he also suggested that David Luiz and Willian and all those Brazilian players at Arsenal have also, played a huge part, and their Brazilian history have played a huge part in him coming to the club. And Edu, obviously being Brazilian himself, has played a huge part in Gabriel joining the club. Now, a huge signing, so excited by it, that this is the kind of signing you'd be excited by. Gerard Lopez, Lille's director, said he's one of Europe's top 5 defenders, and getting him for £27 million is a huge coup for Arsenal, and hopefully they can move up some of those centre-backs we already have to fund his signing. But I think it's going to be an amazing signing to have in the club. Welcome to Arsenal, Gabriel Magalhaes. Next bit of news is on Odsonne-Édouard, as apparently Arsenal really want to sign Odsonne-Édouard and could decide to launch a bid for Odsonne-Édouard. Arsenal have been active in the summer transfer window despite only spending money on 2 players, and are willing to fork out money to sign Celtic striker Odsonne-Édouard. That's according to transfer expert Ian McGarry, claimed on the transfer window podcast that Celtic were willing to sell him. Arsenal have been fairly quiet in the summer transfer window. They secured deals to sign Willian and Gabriel Magalhaes, getting the former for free and the latter for £27 million. Perhaps their most important piece of business is to still come with club captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang set to ink a long-term extension. And according to McGarry, Arsenal are keen to add to their attacking options with Mikel Arteta to have a disposal next season. Édouard has apparently emerged as a high priority target for the Gunners, and they're apparently ready ready to spend £22 million to sign him from Celtic. The young striker was signed by Scottish champions as a replacement for Moussa Dembele following his move to Lyon and has flourished in recent years. He bagged 21 goals in 27 Scottish Premier League games as well as 12 assists, which is actually really good. And he's got a lot of interest from Aston Villa, Man United and many other clubs also. Celtic are going to let him go and have eyed Peterborough striker Ivan Toney as a replacement. And McGarry has said that Arsenal want to sign Odsonne-Édouard and are very linked to him. Now, I did talk about him a few months ago. Arsenal were interested in him. Now, I really like Odsonne-Édouard. I think he'd be a very good addition to our side. But I think the only way we're going to get him if we actually sell Lacazette. If we sell Lacazette for £30 to £35 million, then we could spend £22 million to get Odsonne-Édouard as his replacement. Again, Scottish Premier League and Premier League, like our Premier League, English Premier League, very different leagues. And we're very interesting to see how he does. Again, it'll be will he sign? I don't know how much like truth is there in this. I think Arsenal will be more heavily linked to him if we do let go of Lacazette to fund moves for some of the other players we're having to link with. The price suggested is £22 million. I think that could go down, especially Celtic being knocked out of the Champions League very early on in the qualifying rounds. So I think we could get him for around a 16-17 million pounds, I think. Tell me guys if you know more about this, but again, it says here £22 million, but I think we could get him for a bit less. But that is the news that we have been linked with Odsonne-Édouard. Would you like him at Arsenal? Leave it in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. The uploads, the transfer news dailies will go down a bit. They'll go down to 3 episodes per week from next week, because I'm going back to school, don't have much time to do a lot of videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.